Hey, David here. So welcome to my channel. Today, I got something a little bit different for you guys. I went out and shot some footage with the three main cameras that I own, and I'm going to show you that footage. I was doing a test, and I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. That's the main part of this video. But first, I want to show you something I picked up for my ZR today. Yes, I picked up the small rig cage. Small rig, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah, the small rig cage. And the reason I picked it up is I don't plan on mounting a bunch of stuff to it. As you guys know, I like that this camera is very small. The handle I think is going to be kind of a nice thing, but I mainly got it because I'm going on this trip I've mentioned to you guys before, and when you're going out and about more, there's always a chance that I'm not saying drop it, but bang into it or things like that. And I think it's just going to help protect it a little better. I also picked up, it hasn't arrived yet, but I went ahead and bought the shoe mount shotgun mic, the one made by Nikon. I liked that because of mainly because of the 32-bit. I could yell at the camera or whatever I need to do depending on the situation, and I just think it's going to be better. So that should be arriving pretty soon. But one thing about this cage that I don't want to say I don't like, but as you guys know, I just, it is what it is, right? The buttons, I'll show you on the top here. You'll notice that the buttons, button number 1 is a little tougher to get to. It certainly isn't hard to get to. So what I expect I'm going to probably do is I'm going to switch my 1, 2 to 2, 3. And as you guys know, if you've watched much of my videos, the two buttons I have, there's one is to turn on the zebras and the one is to turn on the focus assist. And so I'll probably switch those to 2 and 3 because they'll just be easier to do. The edge of it here is a little bit larger than I would like because if I'm doing manual focus and aperture and whatnot here, it kind of gets in the way, but it's really not going to be a problem. It's just going to be a little bit different. So I'm kind of glad I got this. It feels pretty good in the hand. I'm sure you guys have seen this. This grip is kind of neat. So I don't know. We'll see, but I think it's going to be worth having. So let's talk about what I did. So I went out in my backyard with my ZR, my red weapon helium, and my Varicam, and I shot a scene, if you want to call it that, that's pretty, how do you say it? It's pretty normal if you're out and about, but it's extreme to a certain extent. What I did is behind my house, there's a fireplace. So there's a fireplace, chimney, if you will. And I can stand where I'm in the shade from the chimney. Sun was over here, right? And I can lean just a little bit and I'm in the sun. I mean, we're talking direct sunlight. So I can go from shade to direct sun. And then of course, behind me is, sky and trees and things like that, which is a typical, if you're out and about, that's kind of an extreme situation. And so what I did with this is, first of all, I should tell you, or not first of all, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not going to tell you which cameras are which. So that's going to be fun too. And some of you guys might not like this. I'm not going to show you which cameras are which in this entire video. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to offer your comments and your guesses and things like that. And then when I get back from my trip, I'll put together a video where I actually talk about, which camera is which. So be sure and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to that 1,000 mark. So you guys help me. Let's get up there, okay? And so what I did is, like I said, I've shot it and I exposed for the color chart and, middle gray, I exposed for the shade, if you will. And so when I lean over to the sun, that's direct sun and that's hot, okay? So the good news is all three of these cameras, I didn't have any clipping in the sky in the background. So I was able to expose for the shade and I didn't have any clipping in the background. So moving over, it's just, obviously my face is overexposed, it's hot. And so the first pass, I have just what I would call a one light grade. That's an old film term, but like, I gave it a basic grade. And these certainly aren't looks or film or whatever, or crushed blacks. No, you're gonna see it's not that at all. But I basically just kind of took what the sensor gave me and just wanted to make, the colors look accurate to the best of I could. But as you also know, certain sensors and color profiles look a little different and whatnot. So anyway, I didn't try to monkey with that. So I did that. And the first pass is just the grade for just the shade. And I didn't make any changes to it when I leaned out into the sun. Then the second pass I'm going to show you, I kind of call it the exposure grade, if you will, and that's all I changed. So when I leaned into the sun a little bit, I brought it down just a little bit, but not a lot. And what I did is basically, if I was out shooting something like this, in a movie situation or something like that. And I know this grade is it's very colorful. It's very broad, if you will. It's not, like I said, there's not anything special going on, but I, I graded or exposed it. I changed the grade, if you will, on the exposure, like I typically might do where, if I had that situation where we're dealing with shade and sun and we want to do the best we can. So they're just minor. So it goes from the shade to the sun, minor changes. So once again, first pass, no changes at all. Second pass, I made changes. So that's it. I'm going to get right to it, and 2 passes for each camera. And you guys in your comments, tell me which ones you think are which and why. I'm not going to tell you what the differences are and why they're different and things like that. But I will say this. All 3 of them have a different look. And I would say that I don't think that any of them look bad, if you will. They're definitely different. And you guys, any of you, if you watched my, my episodes and videos that I do, cameras are tools. And I was actually kind of not surprised, but pleased that they do have a different look. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.